Have you ever considered a foundational legal document that profoundly altered individual rights and the very definition of citizenship in the United States? The primary intent behind the 14th Amendment was to secure the rights of formerly enslaved people following the Civil War and to define national citizenship. It aimed to ensure equal protection and due process under the law for all persons. After the Civil War, many Southern states enacted discriminatory laws known as Black Codes. These codes severely restricted the freedoms of African Americans, effectively attempting to return them to a state similar to slavery. The 13th Amendment had abolished slavery, but it did not provide a clear path to citizenship or ensure equal treatment. Congress therefore sought to provide a constitutional basis for the 1866 Civil Rights Act and to prevent states from infringing on these newly recognized rights. The 14th Amendment aimed to place these protections beyond the reach of state legislatures and future congressional majorities. This was primarily accomplished through Section 1 of the amendment, which contains several critical clauses. The Privileges or Immunities Clause aimed to protect fundamental national rights of citizens from state interference. Although its scope was narrowed by early Supreme Court decisions, the Due Process Clause became immensely important, requiring states to follow fair procedures and eventually incorporating many of the Bill of Rights protections against state governments. Most notably, the Equal Protection Clause prohibits states from denying any person within their jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws, directly targeting discriminatory state actions. The 14th Amendment fundamentally reshaped the balance of power between the federal government and the states. By defining federal citizenship and placing limitations on state actions, it provided the national government with the authority to intervene when states denied their citizens fundamental rights. This utility allowed for a robust federal framework to protect civil liberties and promote equality, laying the groundwork for much of the civil rights legislation and judicial interpretations that followed. One significant insider detail is the concept of birthright citizenship, often referred to as jus soli, which is explicitly established in the first sentence of the 14th Amendment. This means that nearly everyone born in the United States is automatically a citizen, regardless of their parents' nationality. Furthermore, the process of incorporation through the Due Process Clause has been vital, as it gradually applied most of the Bill of Rights, which originally only restricted the federal government, to state governments as well, dramatically expanding individual protections nationwide. In essence, the 14th Amendment stands as a monumental achievement in American constitutional history. It was designed to ensure liberty and equality for all Americans, particularly those who had been denied it for so long, and its principles continue to serve as a cornerstone for civil rights and the ongoing interpretation of individual freedoms in the United States.